Hi, this is the third video in Squarespace editing, and this is actually going to show you how to add your own content. So I am still in the back end of my website. Rather than fixing current content that's in there, now I want to add something new. So what you're going to do is basically just like you did before, you're going to come into the page you want to work on, hover until you see the edit button, click edit. And now rather than coming in here and just changing my content, I am going to add some news. So there's a little plus sign here. It will help you add any new block that you want to. And actually there are several different options. So in this case, I'm going to add an image. Whatever you click on will immediately go to the bottom, and then you will have to move it to a different section. So as you see, it came down here to the bottom. I am going to add an image from my computer really quickly. So we'll just add, I'll add this one. So just double click, it will load. While it's loading, I'm going to want to make sure that I call it something that will make it easy to identify with my whatever my goal is for my search engine optimization. So let's say I want this to say tired of doing social media marketing. So I've kind of put my tag word in there with the social media marketing so that it ties back into my SEO. I can then go into design. I can change my style and do all sorts of different styles in here, whatever I think works best. I can also link my image. So I could say I want there to be a link on the image, so they actually click on the image, it will take them somewhere else, or I can make it be a button. The button can say click here, whatever you want it to say, and then you click right here to add whatever URL you want it to go. Now I could actually type in an outside website page if I wanted to. I could just copy and paste a website address in here, or I could go to content and I could send them to another page within my website. So they would click here and it would immediately redirect them to my social media area. You click apply when you're done. And now I can come in and say whatever I want them to say and hit save. In this case, I am not going to save it. I'll cancel in just a moment, but I want to show you how to add a few more things. Now, if you don't want the image to be this size, you'll have to add a spacer. Spacers can be a little bit tricky, so if you're adding just one image and need it to be spaced correctly, it might be worth giving me a call and letting me fix it for you. Because, as you'll see, sometimes they don't go exactly where you want them to go, and it will reformat the entire thing. So if you accidentally put something in like a spacer or an image that you don't want, just simply hit the remove button. It'll delete that block and everything will kind of go back to normal. You can also add things like an entire gallery. So you could choose that you wanted to do a grid gallery. And in this case, you will just upload all of your images right here. So we'll just do some of the, actually I don't want to do that because it's going to take too much time on the video. But you will get your images in here. You're going to want to go into each of the images. Let's just add one so you can see, because you're going to want to make sure that you're tagging each of the images so that it describes what it is called. That's basically what's called alt text tagging. So my image is in here, I hit settings. I'm basically just going to title it, and then I'm going to say this is an image of a green t-shirt. Try to squeeze in, if you have a way to put in your keywords, if it fits, then that's a great place to put it. So hit cancel. And we'll just discard all of this stuff here. Now, once you get things in, you can absolutely move them around too. So let's say that I want this picture to be actually all the way up here. I just click it with the little hand icon and drag it wherever I see the black line. That is where it's going to drag. So that also kind of shows you what shape it would be. If I put it here, it's going to be very small, and it's going to move my text over small as well. If I put it up or down here, it's going to take up the full length of this area. Again, if I don't like it, I just click delete and the block is gone. And I will delete this one as well. and the block is gone. And that is how you add new content. Again, there are several different options over here. If you want to just add some more text, you can just click the text button, type in whatever it is that you want to say. You can change the sizing of it. It's just a basic HTML editor. Once it's done, I like to click away for a second and then come back down so that my movement hand shows up, and then I can move it wherever it is that I want it to go. And now it's set. Sometimes when you're moving text next to another text box, they will join together. So if I hit delete right now, it's going to delete this entire section. I don't want to delete the whole thing. I just want to delete this portion that I just added. So I'm going to erase that. Maybe even come here and erase it so I get rid of the spacing. Ooh, it changed it larger. So I can highlight this and go back to a smaller size. I actually think I like that larger size. We're going to leave it. So I hit save. And now when you are working on your website, you can always come up here and hover in the corner. This little tiny arrow will pop up. That is how you can expand your screen so that you can see the way that it would fit on an actual desktop, and you can make sure that everything looks good. You can fully move around in your website just as it would look if someone was on your website from an outsider's perspective. So that is adding content to Squarespace. If you have any questions or need any help at all, always feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to help you make sure that your website is perfect and up and running. Thanks.